EA Sports. It's in the game.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Washington Redskins. With that, let's get on up to FedEx Field near Washington. Standing by for the call of this one, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from FedEx Field. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in 2019 from Ohio State. It's Dwayne Haskins. On first down, it's Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Haskins able to connect there with Richardson. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. His confidence is getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing us playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheel on their sideline as a play caller. You're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On 2nd and 15 now. Haskins throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson, and now it's 3rd down. And a quick look at Washington's offense.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with on 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Complete. Richardson has it. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
Well, he's talking about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
A first carry now for Thompson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Discipline to be an elite line. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. To Thompson on the draw. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And let's run through the Dolphins' defense.
One of the more underrated yet valuable positions in the NFL is safety, and Rashad Jones epitomizes what you're looking for. A guy who can drop down into the box in the run game and tackle those bigger, stronger running backs. He can also cover people, whether it's tight ends or bigger slot guys, and that gives him the ability to stay on the field every down and make big plays.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Open man is Quinn. He completes it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march. But offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Leading them out is going to be their quarterback. That's the grizzled vet, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
One thing that I think Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't get enough credit for is his toughness. This is a guy who plays through injuries, but it's also being mentally tough, knowing that everyone's always trying to move him out of the lineup, trying to find a replacement for him, yet he continues to battle and has earned the total respect of his teammates.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught, but the bank judge right there to say incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd and 4.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Haskins on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Throwing throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it there to Vernon Davis, the tight end. And that'll make it third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Here's Haskins to throw. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Come on now.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Haskins looking to throw on first down. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Haskins. And finding Davis here, the tight end. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. From 8 yards out. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now Ballage. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, Laird. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Jonathan Bostic came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. From the gun, Fitzpatrick completes it to the tight end, Smythe. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
Come on.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. Catch is made. It's Harmon. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And he finds McLaurin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Haskins now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Got a man out of the backfield. It's Chris Thompson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
It's just me and you. It's just me.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Good job.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game, as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
53, Mike. You don't know no better.
The drive will commence with a run by Ballage. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Fitzpatrick. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They stop him after a gain of only 4, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, they dialed up the screen there, hoping that convoy of blockers could get out in front and get them enough yardage for the 1st down, but they were able to get there before he got to the sticks.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10
at the 20. They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop his shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Thompson. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, a run with Thompson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it, and his throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range. And you're
They tried a 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start on the ground with Ballage. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Fitzpatrick. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 20-yard line.
Mike.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Milage. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from the 20, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. It's Thompson, and he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Got a man, that's Quinn. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Receiver downfield. Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Ready. To Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. I know he ain't got it.
They go with Thompson again. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on third down.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
The Redskins on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Haskins to throw it. Complete. Richardson has it. And he gets this inside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Haskins on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air. That's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Call it no gain. Up off, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, just marked out of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left forward. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back, but they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a run with Geis, and they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead stretch 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Aren't they? A touchdown there, big half.
Direction, all of a sudden, they're down. Following the made field goal, Hopkins now to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Fitzpatrick and the Dolphins now down 13-7. A little under 1:50 remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike, 180! 55. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You go tight. You got tight.
Back to throw. It's complete to Williams. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Go.
Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Fitzpatrick. And this is Parker, complete. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Caught, it's Wilson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Ain't no such thing as a loss.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now Fitzpatrick. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Fitzpatrick to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's back to throw. And it's caught by Parker. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. On the right side, open is Gesicki. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
A gain of 14. First down, Dolphins.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Fitzpatrick. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right. Just one more element to complete the victory. Sanders on for the extra point. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Sanders now to add the extra point. And they have got the lead.
Next to score, Dolphins 13.
So that drive goes, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded at the 8. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of hail.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
55, right in.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Washington, thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.